This is the weekly reading for Wednesday, July 30th. And as I open up into this clearing, as you join the video, I ask that all energies, entities, and emotions that are not of the highest and greatest good to be released and dissolved in this moment in time, that we bring our full presence into this now moment, and that these messages that come through are in the highest and greatest good for each individual that comes across this video in alignment with their soul. So, as we begin this reading, I just want to first welcome you to my YouTube channel. My name is Carolyn Marie Yakopich. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And also, thank you so much for your support. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And also, if you have any questions that come up during this reading, or if anything does resonate, I really do appreciate your comments and your likes of this video, because it does help my content to get out there to more people as well. So again, thank you for being here, and we will get right into this energy that is coming in. So we are in a potent portal right now. We are in the midst of this Lion's Gate portal, and so much is already shifting and changing. And what you may be noticing is physical symptoms such as exhaustion, depletion. You might have a burst of energy and then all of a sudden have no energy. This is very common to have different things happening with our energy and the fluctuations of the energy happening right now. Also, as we move into the month of August, which I'll get into a little bit more in another video as well, is that we are going to be accelerating again. There's going to be more acceleration of energy, more acceleration of time. Most of us are feeling at this moment in time that we are living in between dimensions, or in the middle of something, like in the middle of a transformation, in the middle of, it's kind of like the in-between. It's like, I know I'm going somewhere, and I'm about to shift into this like next version of who I am, which is releasing the old versions, right? That are the non-truths, right? Unbecoming, and then becoming the full expression of who we are. So it's like being in that in-between space where the transformation is almost complete, right? And this is a series of transformations we go through in our life, right? We're constantly going through a death and rebirth process as we evolve and as we ascend. So this is just a very prominent time where most of us are feeling like we're in that space of that in between. And it's like we're almost on the other side of it, whatever that is for us. So I'm going to ask that through these messages that come through, there will be more clarity around this in-between space and what is next to come. I can also share that, the month of August, because it is vibrating at a frequency of 8, it really has a potential to pull out the old karma, right? And release that karma that's holding us back. So it's like an acceleration. It's like a sweep through our system to release it and to remove what is no longer in alignment, so that we can step fully into our full expression, in sharing our gifts, in sharing our abilities, in really truly being authentic. And part of the 8 frequency is also about giving and receiving. It's that infinite flow of giving and receiving, right? So we can be tapping into our infinite potential when there is an equal exchange of giving and receiving. So if we're giving too much and not receiving anything for ourselves and depleting ourselves, then there's something to look at there. If we're sitting back waiting to receive and not taking action, or not giving of our energy, of our time, of our attention, then there's something to look at for us. So it's really bringing more awareness to that aspect and to that flow of giving and receiving in our life. We can also take that into our relationships and really look at like each individual relationship and the giving and receiving aspects within that. The 8 is also our prana. It's our life force energy. So the more relaxed we can be in our breath in this month, because things are going to be going so fast. Time is going to be going so fast, as it already is. it's just sweeping keeps coming through. I swear it's like the witch on the broomstick. So sweeping through, time is sweeping through, and we could just like get pulled by the current and like all of a sudden be like, okay, where did the month go and what did I actually do in this month? Or we can really start to recalibrate our own system and work with our own prana. So breath work. Breath work is huge for the month of August. Even if you can go into deeper practices like rebirthing, if that's something that you've done before, it can be a very powerful experience to move into that. I will be offering a mantra, like a chant practice to move beyond time and space, to recalibrate and to really process and integrate the energies after the 8/8 portal. So it will be that following weekend because the 8/8 falls on a Friday. So it will be a space of integration. And with this chant, it actually uses the breath in a way that we can lift ourselves into that space of being in a kind of like a floating tank where we connect in with our soul, and we move into this kind of quantum space of reality where deeper messages and deeper alignment can drop in for us. So I will post a link below in this description of how you can sign up for that. There will be a replay available. Also, just knowing that tuning into our breath in a way where we are very relaxed, right? If you notice yourself getting anxious or overwhelmed, or you're low on energy, or you're feeling depressed, and it's like the emotion is just weighing you down, I always do this check-in with myself when things are coming up. Like, where's my breath? Where is it moving in my body? What's it doing? How shallow is my breath? How deep is my breath? And sometimes, even when we have a low energy, I can share this morning, I woke up and I thought I'm like, I think I might be having a bed day. Like, literally had no energy after a full night of sleep. And I went out, I had my cacao, I went out into the grass, and it shifted my energy a little bit. And it landed in for me to move my body. So all I did was put some music on, put my playlist on shuffle, and I just started breathing and intuitively moving my body and stretching in different ways, dancing and moving. And it was very gentle practice, but it completely shifted my energy. So I know the past me would think, okay, I just need to sleep. I can't do this. I'm too tired. My emotions are like weighing down on me because I was feeling quite like really, 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 really like feeling like I was going to have a down day. And I completely shifted it. So being aware when we're getting these signs from our body of feeling weighted or feeling emotional, sometimes we just simply need to make movement in order for the shift to occur. And sometimes we actually need the rest. And a good way that I have worked with this to like know is to actually start the movement. Do something that, feels easy in that moment to do physically. And you'll notice within, minutes, okay, yes, this is exactly what I need. Or, okay, I have absolutely no energy to do this. I really need to lay down. So tuning into your body, tuning into your energy in the month of August is going to be helpful. Your breath is the vehicle for your prana. Your prana is your life force energy. So again, the deeper your breath is, the more relaxed your breath is, the more the prana circulates, and the more it activates and opens all the cells in the body and in the brain as well, and the heart. Everything starts to communicate in coherence. And from that space, when you are in that state of relaxation, it opens you into being more magnetic. And then from that space of presence and clarity and, projecting into the universe, it's like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to create. This is who I want to be. All the synchronicities and signs start magnetically being attracted to what we are putting out and what our frequency is internally, right? So it's a frequency check month for August, and knowing that 8/8 Lionsgate portal is a huge energetic wave. It's a huge upload, upgrade, download for our bodies, for our systems, for our ascension, for our intuitive gifts, for giving us basically a destiny direction. It's like a reset into our destiny and moving in that direction of our highest expression. So it takes heart, it takes courage, it takes patience, it takes presence. And this is what we're in for this month. So that's just a touch on that. Let's get into some of the cards. I'm being called to use this Blue Lotus spray to open into the higher realms and to open up into this frequency of activating and accessing the Akashic records. Now, I ask you to take a moment to tune within your own being. Just feel your own breath. Come into your own presence. And we'll take an inhale together. Exhale through the mouth. Release all the past. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Bring your full awareness into your body. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Relax your body and be open to receive as you relax your breath. So we're asking for the message that comes through about what to do in this moment, what direction to take with these energies that are coming in. 2 messages coming through already is soul writing. This is a repeat card from last week. So writing what you want, writing what you are feeling that you are here to express, what you are here to share, writing more about your soul gifts. Maybe you are being called to write a book. Maybe that's something that you have been sitting with for a while, or to write more posts, or to share more of your own self-expression. This can be writing for yourself to get more clarity, and it can also be writing for others. So some of you may be feeling like it's more of an internal journey right now, and then others are going to feel like it's an outward expression. So really just tuning in what is resonating for you. And the card that came with that is manifestation. So through your soul writing, through your connecting into your deepest desires, your alignment, and what it is that you feel you're here to be an emanation of, as you reflect on that, as you write it out, you can also read it after you write it to anchor it in deeper into your being. And as you write it, as you read it, feeling it and feeling the essence of who you are in that expression. So when you are in the highest expression and the highest version of who you are, emanating, joy, love, inspiration, liberation in your body, showing up, and you're in full service to the highest expression, full service to God, Goddess, full service to your own divinity, full service in being the example for others, right? When you're in that full expression of who you are, feeling it, feeling the gratitude for it, and as you're writing it, really just ruminating in those emotions. And what other emotions come up? Like I said, inspiration, joy, freedom of self-expression, playfulness, whatever things are coming up, like really start to tune into the feelings that show up within your body, and then start living it, start being it in your day, start tuning into these writings of your soul, start tuning into what it feels like to be that expression, and you just live it out, live out the feelings, knowing that we are tapped into a quantum field. We are tapped into multiple timelines, multiple opportunities, multiple potentials. And if you've already seen it for yourself, if you're writing it out, that means it's already happening in another timeline, and it's just about adjusting the radio frequency of your own vibration to jump onto that timeline and to be a full match to it so that you are the full embodiment of it. So we're going to get a couple cards to support this message coming through. All right, wow, there's more cards coming in again. The animals, this is another repeat card. So the divine animals. So there are specific animals you're going to see on your path. There are specific animals that you work with. It's time to tune into these allies now. And this is by no chance coming through again because the animal energy, right? The lion energy, the Lyrans, the Syrian energy, Sekhmet energy is coming through so strong for the 8-8 portal. And we're in this Lion's Gate portal right now. We're in, we're in Lion season. We're in Leo season. We just had a new moon in Leo. So we're still in that new moon energy until we move into the full moon. And this is really about our courage to show up in our full expression. It's about sharing our gifts. It's about really not holding back anymore, not hiding anymore. There are so many people seeking assistance, seeking support, even seeking permission. And it's not that we are meant to give anyone permission to do anything. It's literally us showing up in the full embodiment and example of it so that other people are like, wow, okay, they're doing it. I can do it too, right? So tapping into the animals that you are connected in with, and specifically the Lyran energy is coming in very, very strong, and these 8-8 abundance codes through this Lion's Gate portal. So really coming into that essence of the Empress energy, the Queen energy, right? So it's like really fully embodying like the king energy, the emperor energy, holding that frequency of, I know who I am. I know who I am. When I am completely aligned in my divine knowing with my higher mind, connected into my heart and soul, when I am fully in my presence, I am in flow and I'm not bound by the past anymore. I am fully here, ready to receive. And specifically, ready to receive the messages and the guidance so that I can take that aligned action. And then from that aligned action, I am sitting on my throne and I am receiving more so I can give more. And that's part of these abundance codes. That's part of this 8 frequency, the giving and receiving. First, we must receive our own guidance in order to give that so that we are in alignment. And then the more that we take that inspired action from that place of alignment, the more we are on our direction of our destiny. Right? Our destiny direction. That's part of this process. So you may also be connecting in with your star lineage. So knowing that they are here right now, they are holding this space. And if you want to access guidance through them, with them, from them, all it is an asking. All it is opening to their field, opening your field to their field. Right? So being intentional with what you're asking for and being open to receive. And then the next message that came through, oh my God, I love it, is channeling. So when you do this process, we are all channels. We are all able to channel. We all have, and let me just be clear about this channeling, right? Because there's so many people out there channeling and saying, I'm channeling this being, and I'm channeling that being, and I'm channeling Mary Magdalene, and I'm channeling Jesus, and I'm channeling, this archangel, and so on and so on and so forth. That's fine. That is totally fine. And we are also a unique expression and a unique channel. So don't let that pull you away from your ability to channel. All it requires is an empty vessel. All it requires to be a clear channel is to create the space. So space clearing, clutter clearing in your, that's also an 8-8 that's coming through again. That's also, I keep saying 8-8, but it's the 8 frequency. So this month, right? Different things that are showing up in your field, like if you have clutter in your home, that's taking up real estate in your energy, right? It's all about the prana. It's taking up real estate. So it's time to clear the things out that you're no longer using, the things that don't even have any energy. When you look at them, they don't light you up, they don't inspire you. It's time to clear that shit out. It really is. The other thing, to be a clear channel, if you are dealing with something and you are making a decision about something, or you're uncertain about something, or you know the answer and you're just not dealing with it, and you're like feeling guilty about making a decision, or about hurting someone else's feelings or what they're going to think or whatever it is, without taking action, when you know, let's just say you know the answer of what to do in this situation, it's time to take the action. It's time to cut the cord, dissolve the cord. It's time to say, okay, this is what I feel and I'm done with this right now, or this isn't for me, and then come back to your own energy. Because if you are leaving something undone that say it in a way with love and kindness and compassion and honoring yourself and honoring the other person. But if you're holding into something, some situation, that's what I'm getting so strongly. If you're holding into some situation because you feel bad about hurting the other person, or you don't want to let the other person down, or you feel like maybe like you're just making excuses, but you know deep down inside it's not for you, you need to take action. You need to really honor yourself, because that is taking up real estate in your brain, in your mind, in your thoughts, in your energetic field. And when that's taking up real estate, you have no space for something new and more aligned to come in. You have no space for that alignment to land. So it's time to let that go. It's time to come into this knowingness that you are a channel. So again, it's about creating space, and it's about being an empty vessel. So the other aspect about being an empty vessel is what comes in so strongly for this is meditation. So that breath that I was talking about earlier, coming into a regulated breath state, doing any forms of breath work, and then relaxation after. It's so important to create the space in the mind between the fluctuations of the thoughts, because the mind will always be fluctuating. It'll always be, thinking about this, thinking about that, pulling you here, pulling you there. That's partially the body doing that too, because the body stores emotions. And it is like the unconscious mind pulling us out, like when we have cravings for something, but it's actually not in the most aligned, manner for us to go for that. It's like an old emotion that's coming up, yet it hasn't been processed yet, and it's uncomfortable. So it's like the body gives you a signal. So again, clearing both the physical vessel and the mind. So let's start with the mind and finish up this here. So really coming into meditation practices, breathwork practices are going to help you to stabilize those fluctuations. And every time you think and get distracted or get pulled out from, even if you're doing 5 minutes a day, committing to, I'm going to sit for 5 minutes a day, and my goal is to close my eyes, focus at my third eye, so I have a focal point internally, and just breathe. And focus, you can focus on your breath, the in-breath, the out-breath, the inhale, the exhale, the expansion of the belly, the relaxation of the belly. And then the moment your thoughts start pulling you out and you're like, oh, I got to do this, or oh, what about that? No, bring yourself back. Bring yourself back again and again and again. And it's retraining yourself to come back into the present moment, which creates the space. It creates a gap between the thoughts. And in that space, it allows the channel to be open. And then the other aspect is what I was saying is the physical body. So again, with the 8 frequency, it's really important to clear the physical vessel. So you may want to do a cleanse in the month of August, and that can support you. You may also want to just simply shift how you are eating, what you are drinking, just really being as pure as you can for your own body. And I know everyone has their own way of eating that is in alignment for them. So it's not about me telling you what to do, what cleanse to do. It's like use your internal guidance system and simply ask God, ask the universe, ask, for what is in most alignment to come forward in front of you. And then once it comes in front of you, it doesn't mean it's necessarily for you. It could be giving you more information for the next thing. So that's really what it is about, this work about being a channel. It's like using our channel as a way of moving through our own life first, and then we become the living example of being in alignment as the channel. And then from there, we can start sharing our gifts and abilities as the channel, right? We can share our words, we can share our writings, we can share in our day-to-day life as that clear vessel, as that channel. We might meet a stranger and there might be a message coming through that we're meant to share with that stranger. And if we're too busy wrapped up in, that one situation I was just talking about that we haven't dealt with because our mind is so like blocked up from it, we may not be able to relay that message because the clarity isn't there in that moment because we're weighed down by that taking up real estate in our body, in our mind, in our energy field. So yes, clearing the channel. It's huge right now. So we're going to ask for now a little bit of support from the Lemurian Star Child Oracle. A seed is like a child, right? Oh, there's the one popping out. Oh my God, I said a seed is like a child. This just flipped over in the deck. Lemurian egg, and it's literally the egg and the child within. Like how amazing. How aligned is that? See, clear channel, clear channel. All right, so this number is 4. 4 is the heart space. And this says rest, reintegration of divine potentials. So this is saying that if you rest, if you allow yourself this time to rest now, which is what is required, your potentials, that divine direction, right? Your destiny direction, you're reintegrating your divine potentials because we have many potentials. We have many potentials, many paths we could walk, and there will be one that is the most aligned for you. So it's time to take the rest now, to go inward. And so even if you are being called to the outward journey, like to channeling and soul writing and sharing and being out there, right, and using your energy to be in service right now, this is what is required in the times when you're, not out there. It's like recalibration time, reintegration time. And every time you can take that space for yourself, the channel will become more clear as well. So the other reminder with this is that we're in multiple retrogrades right now. I have talked about Mercury retrograde being retrograde till August 11th. So it's basically the whole time that we are going through this Lionsgate portal. We are in a Mercury retrograde in Leo. So that's dealing with our communication as well. So this rest time, this integration time can really help us with the clarity that we require in order to express ourselves, right? Or choose to not express ourselves because maybe the timing isn't aligned. So yes, resting in the womb space, creating that nurturing womb space for yourself so that you can reintegrate, because we are actually going through a process right now with this specific Lionsgate portal. It's like no other. I've been talking about this Lionsgate portal since last November. and knowing that it is a huge, huge upgrade that is coming through. So just allow yourself the space to relax into it, into the changes, into the openings of the new frequencies, and know that you will receive exactly what you are meant to receive. So a couple more supporting cards from this deck coming through. All right, flow. Flow. We talked about presence, being in the flow. So this means no hustle, no push, no force. If you are struggling with not knowing what to do next, and you feel like this pressure, like you need to know, or you need to figure it out, or you have to come up with a solution now because the world is going to come crumbling down if you don't, or whatever story you're telling yourself about it, the invitation's to come back into flow. So it says release control, divine will. I release my personal will and I hand it over to divine will, because I know that if I try to do everything by myself without being connected into source, without actually being this clear channel, if I try to do it from a mind space thinking I know best, I will fall short compared to the potential. Where's that divine potentials card? I may have misplaced it, but that was the card before. The divine potentials, that rest and integration for divine potentials. Yeah, I did lose it. My apologies. I might have put it back in the deck. So knowing that if you take that rest and integration space, those divine potentials are going to come through. And it really is about letting go of what we think we can do if we're forcing, pushing, and hustling, and just waiting. Waiting and patience are so uncomfortable because we are used to, as a society, as a collective, instant gratification. And we're in a time now where that is not what is happening anymore. That is not how the world is operating through us. That is not how our divine expression is. We are meant to be in this flow. We are meant to be living moment to moment. And yes, we can have a plan. Yes, we can have a goal. Yes, we can be moving and working towards that goal. And at the same time, being open for redirection, being open for a reset, being open for pivoting. Because if we're in flow, the exact things that we need to give us the information of what we need for our next decision will come through. So it also says oceanic consciousness. I love that too, because it's like we're a drop in the ocean and we're the entire ocean, right? We're an individual soul and we are the entire universe. And an oceanic consciousness is flow. It's allowing the emotions to ebb and flow. It's allowing the emotions to come and go, to rise and fall. It's allowing ourselves the space to feel the feelings, to integrate, to process, and then to move on into the next feeling, because we're not meant to hold on to the same feeling forever. And if we get stuck in a feeling, it becomes a contraction in our physicality and in our energy. And then we start holding a certain personality that is an emanation of that feeling. And we're not meant to be like that. If we're in flow, we are consistently and constantly clearing our system to be that vessel, to be, again, this clear channel again and again and again. So release control of how it needs to be, or when, release the how, release the when. Those are top notch. The best thing that you can do right now is to come back into the flow of feeling the inspiration, feeling the joy, moving towards what lights you up. Because the more that you do those little things in your day-to-day life, play, have fun, that was a big theme of July, continue to do that. Continue to do that, and the things will show up for you to move you onto your path. And when you get into that flow, you're going to be directed exactly where you need to go, without the hustle, without the push, without the force. The next card that came through was light language, universal language of oneness, of love. Listen with your heart. So this is something that not everyone not everyone does light language, but everyone could do light language. If you're not called to do light language, that is okay. You may not resonate with it, you may resonate with it. I know it's like both sides of the spectrum. What I can say is when you listen with your heart, when you listen with your heart, you will really be able to feel. When you listen with your mind, there's like a filter. There's a filter that happens. There's, the old stories and the programs, and that filter is going to create judgment without really fully feeling the essence of what it is. Whereas when we really truly open into the heart space and listen from the heart, we will be able to feel the frequency and the vibration and what is being transmitted. So that being said, in my experience with light language, which to me is language that is soul language, it's encoded with light codes, with activations, with symbols and frequencies that can help to clear energy, can help to upgrade our energy, can help to activate us, can help to bring on different feelings. And so, in my experience, not all light language that I listen to resonates. And that's just using my discernment. And we all have discernment. So, listen with your heart. And if it feels like it's not in alignment for you, then move on. That's it, right? And so when we become the channel, I'm like, how many times can I pull this card out? I think the big message is the channel, this reading. But when we become the channel, we can actually start to use our voice to clear energy, to activate ourselves, to shift our feelings, to move into different spaces, and to really receive new guidance. Because another aspect of light language is connecting into our star lineage. So sometimes we're receiving downloads and messages from the star beings because it is a star language. And so I'm like, and so toning can be a way to move through that within yourself. I find toning to be very easy to move into because it's like just singing out different vowels, different sounds, and then tuning in while toning, right? And feeling it moving through your body and sending the toning in different areas or feeling it activate different areas. That can really, really help to move things and to shift things and to also in this 8 frequency to expand your prana, right? So light language is the universal language of oneness, of love, and listen with your heart. So I am going to go into a light language transmission now. So I ask that allow yourself to be present, to be open, to drop from your head and into your heart, to relax your breath, really deepen your breath into your belly, and to receive these codes that are coming through for this 8 frequency, these abundance codes, and this higher dimensional realm to activate you into your highest expression. Tikataria tatoria tindishia na kote tia na sotire tonenia nanaya nianania no no siana kotoria tia shona ianoia heanoia shiana toria san kiano korea hashiana korea kiana kote siana kote. Feeling the energy at your crown, opening, and receiving the codes, your own blueprint and frequency that is unique to your own soul gifts and expression. Opening into your heart, relaxing into your breath, feeling the frequency of love, feeling the frequency of that divine presence of who you are in your fullness and your highest expression. Oh, naya no noraya nore. Oh, oh, no ya yo ya na ya hey. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your awareness to your electromagnetic field, your aura. Feel the energy that surrounds your body. And just noticing your vibration and feeling the movement of your own energetic field that surrounds your body and how it emanates your unique signature and blueprint. Opening the space, opening your frequency, creating a greater magnetism and a greater protection and a greater opening to your expansion. Soften into your breath. Relax into your being. Allow the frequencies, the vibrations to land. Notice where you feel the sensations within your body, within your aura. And gently inhale and exhale. Allow yourself to fully come back into the presence of this space and of this time. And to close, I'm going to choose one more card being pulled right here. So one more card from the Messages for Life deck. And this message is together in the light. I give thanks for all who enter my life. I understand we are all exactly who and where we are supposed to be. And everyone contributes to each other's personal growth. Every reaction someone draws from me is a gift from their soul to mine, meant to help free me from my inner conflicts. Today, by focusing on my own development rather than on others' faults, I become one with the divine. So this beautiful teaching is when I see the divine in all, I am free. So we first look within, we first recognize our divinity, our sovereignty, our uniqueness, and our connectedness. And when we can attune to that frequency, we set ourselves free. And when we are living in that vibration, we see everyone else. We see beyond their story and we see their soul. We see that they're doing the best that they can with where they are at, even if we see a better way for them. It's time to really take the responsibility for ourselves to be in that full alignment so that we can be that expression of freedom, of liberation, of joy, of inspiration, of connectedness, of wholeness. And this is how we heal the world. Because it's that teaching, as within, so without. So resolving the inner conflict, coming into peace, and coming into remembering who we are, knowing who we are in our full expression as a cosmic being, as a divine emanation and expression. Thank you so much for being here on this week's reading. And I will be back again soon. Again, remember to subscribe to my channel, make any comments or questions, available in the comments here, and I will address them in the next video. And I hope you have a beautiful day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world.